You don't see many videos now out there. You don't see many videos like that. You don't see many videos that and I hate to use the phrase because it is an industry cliche, but that keep it real, like that video. Absolute reality right there in that video.
Well, I mean, it's got to be like that because, I mean, I'm not trying to represent myself wrong. You know, I'm just trying to represent me. And when, you know, a lot of these videos that come out there, and I'm not trying to, like, you know, name names or anything like that, but you know who I'm talking about. When you see the same stuff happen in the video, but, you know, it's kind of like the corporate perception. You got to have a certain type of image. And when you're portraying that, you know, in the video, then that's what's going to keep the industry, like, you know, keeping you in rotation. But me, I'm not really worried about that because I'm doing my own thing. I'm making my own money, and I'm supporting it my own way. I sold records. That's how I paid for my video. I wasn't on no major labels jock and basically, you know, sucking them off to get the video out. I was doing my own thing, so it was my own hard-earned money that I used to make the video. So obviously I'm going to make it the way I feel it should be made, not the way I'm going to be somebody's puppet to make it, you know?
Now, there's a lot of independent artists that will be in tune now, which will look up to you and the way you did it. I mean, what were some of the key things that you found made it so that you sold so many records? Apart from the product has to be good. But, I mean, when it comes down to handling your own business, I mean, would you give any advice to anybody out there? How did you go about this?
I think as far as, like, other artists is concerned, I think the Internet is a wonderful tool. I think without the Internet, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now because if it was back in the day where, like, a rapper would have to be signed to somebody to make a name for himself, I mean, yeah, you got people like Jay-Z that sold records, you know, from the trunk of their car and they sold records like that. But the Internet is such a wonderful tool for you to take a song that people you know around the world are going to feel, but, you know, that's the perfect access to get the music out there. So my only advice is to keep hitting the Internet hard, hit the streets hard at the same time. So, you know, make sure that you're hitting them both, in the streets and the Internet, because the Internet is your connection to the world.
Now, I'm going to say two things to you. We just had a guest on, the CEO of a company, and I'm going to say two things. I'm going to say allhiphop.com. I'm going to say breeding ground.
Okay.
And what does that mean to you? Now, apparently, according to Grouchy Greg, the CEO of allhiphop.com, he claims that you were at one time in the breeding ground at allhiphop.com. Is that true?
Well, I possibly so. I probably was. It doesn't, like, ring a bell in my ear right now, but I'm sure that I probably was, you know, in that. I mean, allhiphop.com and those hip hop websites, I mean, they supported me all through my appearance in the Discovery Channel show, The Real 8 Mile and everything. So, yeah, I would, you know, hope for them to keep promoting me a little bit more. You know, that would be cool.
Well,
it's all love, you know.
Well, the moment I said next up is Lazarus, he knew you straight away. Yeah, I know Lazarus straight away. So it's like, they have your back and they know about you, man, and it's because of your music. Okay, Discovery Channel, a massive, massive look. Break that down for people because I think there'll be a lot of people who've heard your album, got your album, don't quite know about this, particularly in the UK.
Just look it up on YouTube, man. YouTube, search Lazarus Detroit. I was picked as one of 3 MCs in Detroit to do a presentation for the Discovery Channel, and you know, it turned out well. I got a lot of feedback from it. I got a lot of attention from it, a lot of new fans from it. So, you know, really kind of put my story out there in the forefront, you know, talking about how I'm in medical school and I'm rapping at the same time. And, you know, a lot of people look at me in a certain light and they're like, okay, I can't take this guy seriously. I mean, you know, if somebody's out here studying medicine and he's rapping at the same time, you know, nobody can look at that with a straight face, not without them knowing what's behind it, what's in the heart of that person. So I don't think anybody can judge me without actually hearing me and stepping in my shoes for 1 second, because I'm not the joke that a lot of people put me out to be. Just because I'm over here studying 10 hours a day does not make me less credible than somebody that's slinging dope and making records about slinging dope. I'm not making records about slinging dope. I'm making records about what's happening in my life.
So you had people kind of putting you out there, mocking you a little bit because of what you do.
Right. I mean, it's divided. Like, the more I venture into it, I mean, rap, you know, what started off as a hobby, now it's professional, and it's like when I step into the professional sphere, it's like it's like all of a sudden the walls get divided in half, and I got one side of people that supported me and seeing where I'm coming from, and they like that it's different, it's new, and then there's another side that's just kind of like, well, you know, he doesn't fit the quote unquote persona of a rapper, so I don't. It's hard for me to accept this person. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Wow, that's real naivety, though. It is, though. That's amazing. That you would be, because like you said, you don't make music where you say, yeah, I went out my door today and I pimped some hoes, then I went and sold drugs. You don't talk about that.
Like, look, man, I'm trying to put myself. I'm not trying to box myself away from the whole rest of the industry.
But isn't that a positive thing, though? Your music, to me, is positive, okay? You're a positive artist, you do positive music. Your life is positive. You are educating yourself, you are pursuing a career which will pay for you, your future family, inshallah, everything, So that's positivity. I can't really grasp this whole thing about, dismiss that guy. He's doing positive things in his life. Forget about him. He ain't selling drugs or pimping hoes. Forget about that guy. I can't see where people are coming from.
Like I said, it's just not anything it's a non-issue to me, so it doesn't bother me. But as far as you thinking what I'm doing is positive, means a lot to me. So, thank you for that. And anybody else that's listening right now that thinks what I'm doing is positive, thank you for that. And when I come out there, and I rock a show, I want to see you guys out there because I'm trying to bring real hip-hop on my music.
Definitely. All right, 2008, what does it hold for Lazarus?
I just finished my board exam for med school. It was like a 10-hour exam.
Mm-hmm.
That was ridiculous, man. But, that just kind of like...
Whoa, 10-hour exam?
It was a 10-hour exam. It's a board exam. It's called the USMLE. You just basically... everything you learned in medical school is on that exam. It's for 10 hours. You get like a 15-minute break somewhere in there. But, it's like you constantly, like, just putting your brain to use for that whole period of time. Everything you learn is on that exam, and you just got to constantly think about different, clinical scenarios and stuff. It's pretty crazy. But yeah, as far as 2008 for Lazarus, this is my do or die year. I'm fed up. This is it. You know what I mean? And I got the album, I got the video. I'm ready to push it to the rest of the world because I feel like, not to be arrogant, but I feel like I got the hungriest mentality in the game right now. You know what I mean? If somebody wants to challenge me, they come to me right now and they can challenge me. But that's how I feel. I feel like this is it. It's do or die.
Do or die, and that's it. And I think that kind of hunger comes through your music, and it has since the early days, even before the album. I think the hunger has always been there in your voice, in your lyrics. And I think that's what's made so many people not just purchase your album, but so many people respect you as an artist, that you have that hunger. And it's so lacking from some of the people that might have gone, hang on a minute, he's in med school, how can he rap? I think some of those artists maybe lack that hunger, and that's their problem, and that's why we don't play them. But anyway, get yourself on iTunes, Lazarus, and just Google it, really. Get out there, watch the video, buy the music, support the artist. That's what it's about.